found that well-established facts can be disputed if you Google them hard enough. Because we all know the internet is always right. Hello, my name is Henry Franklin Dotson, and welcome to a new episode of the Informal Report. We've got some pretty interesting stories for you guys today, and if you're looking for any stories about the Penn State scandal, you've come to the wrong place. Once in a lifetime comes an event that is so ironic that it goes down in history. Steve Irwin getting killed by a wild animal. Charles Darwin, the man who pioneered the field of genetics, marrying his first cousin. And of course, the story of Kevin Daly. A hick named Kevin was driving down County Road 83 in the early hours of the morning. He had just gotten done with a fun night of partying, a night not out of the ordinary for his standards. Kevin had been driving drunk down the highway, everything was going normal until all of a sudden, boom! Kevin crashed into a patrol car that was looking for speeders. That sure made this cop's job a lot easier. That's not the part that's ironic. The irony comes in when the cop walked up to Kevin's window, looked in, and read the shirt that Kevin was wearing. The message on his shirt read, "I'm not an alcoholic, I'm a drunk. Alcoholics go to meetings." The officer was treated for mild physical injuries, and everyone's favorite redneck Kevin got off the hook with no injuries at all. I applaud you, Kevin. Good job, man. Christmas is coming up, and I know what I'm getting for Kevin. I'll be getting Kevin a new shirt that reads, "I'm not smart, I'm a drunk. Smart people don't go to jail." Moving on, we've got a news story that comes out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Whether you worship God, Allah, the Flying Spaghetti Monster, there's a religion for just about everything. There's the Westboro Baptist Church, the Church of Euthanasia, and of course, invisible pink unicornism. That's a real thing, look it up. A coalition of atheists are accusing Little Rock's public transportation line for discriminating against ads that they want to place in one of the buses. They say that the public transit charging them extra to post these ads in the bus is a violation of their free speech. They were planning on placing the ads on a bus praising a God-free lifestyle. Ads such as, "Are you good without God? Millions are." And "There's probably no God, now stop worrying and enjoy your life." Those are just some of the examples. The coalition of atheists are suing the public transit line for charging tens of thousands of dollars for just $5,000 worth of ads. The transit's reasoning behind this? They're charging them excess amounts up to $36,000, just in case of an attack on the buses by angry Christians. Angry Christians, eh? I can handle the bitter Buddhists, the hot-headed Hindus, and the raging Rastafarians. But when it comes to angry Christians, who knows what tricks they've got up their sleeves? A handful of similar ads have been vandalized in other states, says a spokesperson from the city public buses. The coalition of atheists were required to pay the extra charge for insurance reasons. To my knowledge, OTMA has not requested this in the past because no other advertiser told them that ads were vandalized in other markets, the attorney said. Oh really, Mr. Attorney? What about this ad? And this ad. And of course this ad. You're welcome, atheists. Now with the 2012 presidential election coming up soon, the cast of current Republican candidates are tearing each other apart, all in hopes of getting the last word in to the voters. In a recent GOP debate, Governor Rick Perry fired the oops heard around the world, as he stuttered for almost 50 seconds straight, eventually failing to remember the third area of government that he promises to cut as his term as president.
It's three agencies of government when I get there that are gone. Commerce, education, and the, what's the third one there? Let's see.
You need five.
Oh, five, okay. So commerce, education, and
Now in Mr. Perry's defense, there are three scientific reasons why the brain freezes up under stress, especially during high-tension situations such as presidential debates. 1. The piercing and intimidating glare of Ron Paul. 2. The nerves of being on national television. And 3. This brain fart pandemic seems to be almost contagious amongst GOP poll leaders. In a recent interview with the Milwaukee Journal, candidate and Gloria Cain lookalike Herman Cain was asked for his opinions on how Obama handled the Libyan uprising. For almost 60 seconds straight, Mr. Cain rambled in attempts to conjugate such sentences as,
I do not agree with the way he handled it for the following reason. No, that's a different one. I got to go back to see.
It seems that this brain freeze epidemic has been plaguing the GOP candidates. Who's next? Is there even a cure? And will Newt Gingrich ever speak up at a GOP debate? And will Newt Gingrich ever go on a diet? All these questions will forever go unanswered. Only time will tell for our Republican GOP candidates. Stay tuned. Alright, you guys know what time it is. It's time for Aiden's question of the day. So come on out, Aiden.
Time for Aiden's question of the day. First, we'd like to thank all our viewers who answered last week's question. What's better, Falcon Kick or Falcon Punch? Well, here's some viewers who answered our question. We recently stumbled across a video clip on YouTube that was absolutely hilarious for the crew here, and we decided to show it all to you, and you have to answer a question about it. So, who can tell me who the actor is in this one here movie clip saying the beautiful line, "She"?
Think I'm gonna be the scapegoat for the whole damn machine?
Clarence. Alright, so you guys heard his question. Who was that actor that you just saw? Post your answer in the comments below, and if you get it right, you'll be featured in the next episode. As easy as that. Alright, and now it's time for my personal favorite, the Weekly Creepy, where we give you guys the creep of the week. Somebody who's so creepy that they make it into an episode of the Informal Report. So this week's Weekly Creepy should be considered the Weekly Crazy. Listen to what happened with this one man who freaked out when he found out that they didn't have any more copies of Modern Warfare 3 at Best Buy. Now we all know how popular the Call of Duty games have been recently. Modern Warfare 3, their latest installment, has sold record numbers. With all of these people who play it, there's bound to be one crazy person. And this game crazy guy took it to a whole new level. Many people waited outside of stores for the midnight release of the game. They usually pre-ordered the game so that they can guarantee them a copy. Although not this crazy guy who suffered from a careless mistake. The man threatened to not only shoot all the employees in the store, but also, quote, blow up the entire store after finding that they had no more copies of Modern Warfare 3. The clerk, not noticing how upset he was, offered to give him a gift card or an upgraded version of the game. Although this crazy man figured that all this wasted time was not worth it. This wasted time could be valuable time that he could be playing this game. The man flew into a rage and frightened employees. The man has since been charged with disorderly conduct. Fortunately, this situation did not end in violence. And you thought you were excited about playing that game. Let's hope that none of you are that creepy. Or crazy, rather. Alright, so that's it for this episode of the Informal Report. As some lasting advice, I'd warn you never to eat a spoonful of cinnamon. Ever. This episode has been brought to you by the letters B, L, and T, helping you order bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches since 1969. Don't forget to comment, rate, and of course subscribe. I'm Henry Franklin Dotson, and you've just been newsed.